Hello and welcome to a new class of electric traction. This is a class of utilization of electric power, and in utilization of electric power, here we are going to study about the specific module, that is electric traction. Now we have covered different modules on electric traction, right? The different theoretical, the different numerical parts of electric traction. Now what is this? What this video will do? This particular video will give us an idea of the total overview of electric traction, specifically also in India. The different parts, its motoring parts, its catenary parts, some brief overview of different kinds of motor, apart from DC motor, which kinds of motors can be used, their advantages, disadvantages. So through this video, we can have an total idea of electric traction. So electric locomotives. What are the electric locomotives look like? See, we every day we travel through, most of us travel through passenger train. That is an example of electric locomotive, and by improving, by updating their machinery parts, the rapid transit system that is being shown over here, this is also an electric locomotive. So the contents that we are going to deal over here is introductory part, types of traction system, what are the different kinds of traction system that can be used or that are being used here in India also, and what are their advantages, disadvantages. Electronic speed control method of DC motor is very important, how the speed control can be obtained. Pulse width modulation, AC traction system, merits and demerits of various methods, braking of traction system, auxiliary equipments, recent trends in electric traction. Conclusion part, Indian Railway and career option is very important, because career in railway is a dream to an electrical engineer student, right? So career option in India and references. So electric traction, what is electric traction? It's meant for locomotion in which the driving force is obtained from electric motors. These electric motors which are used in electric traction, these are also known as traction motors. For traction, mostly three-phase induction motor and DC motor is used. Both have high initial torque, prerequisite for high speed acceleration. Now, types of electric traction. Types of electric traction, there may be three types of electric traction system. Now, according to the supply, according to the motor being used, these types has been classified. So these are DC traction, AC traction, and multi-system. DC traction. DC traction uses direct current drawn from either from a conductor or overhead line. Most popular line voltage for overhead supply system is 1500 volt DC and 3000 volt DC. 600 volt DC to 750 volt DC voltage range is used for third rail system. Third rail system, where we see third rail system, it's in metro. So additional rail is provided for supplying electricity to train, and it's called third rail system. Okay, so mostly in DC power supply, 1500 volt and 3000 volt are used. But for where third rail system is being used, since we are getting an extra power from the third rail, so the voltage supply gets reduced. It's 600 volt to 750 volt. DC traction system using CIPIX, electronic control. So here you can see the overhead line. This is the Panto overhead line. The from power of this overhead line. See, first thing, just going to the inner part, before going to the inner part, let me tell you, this positive overhead line is the power supply line, and where this circuit gets completed, it gets completed through the return and running rail. So this negative part, the total circuit gets completed through the running rail, and that is why different size of stones are spread over there in the electric rail part. So from positive overhead line, pantograph is being connected. This is the overhead collector that we are going to study here again, pantograph. And from pantograph through a circuit breaker, this is connected to a filter element so that the primary noise gets reduced. And after that, this connected to armature thyristor so that this AC voltage converted to a DC. This is a rectifier circuit. Again, there is a filter circuit, freewheeling diode, that will provide protection to the motors, and as well as it will reduce the noise. After that, this particular supply voltage is connected to separately excited motor and the armature, and as well as to the field of the supply. And through axle brush, the circuit gets completed and negative return through wheel and running rail. So this is the total description of DC traction system. Now, what are the disadvantages? Expensive substations are required since very high voltage cannot be used in case of DC. It's only ranging from 1500 volt to 3000 volt. So, so the distance between the substations are smaller. So expensive substations are required at frequent intervals, and overhead line or third rail must be relatively large or heavy. Pulse width modulation, PWM technique. Main principle is to control electric power by varying power. Conduction time to load is being controlled through this. The output from the thyristor varies from 0 to maximum in period T. So this is the principle, just a basic principle of pulse width modulation. Now AC traction system. AC traction units draw alternating current from an overhead line. Typical voltages used are 15 kilovolt at 16.7 Hz, 25 kilovolt at 50 Hz, and 25 kilovolt at 60 Hz. See, in DC traction, we were only using 1500 volt or 3000 volt, whereas for AC traction, we get a voltage level of 25 kilovolt. Now, what are the advantages of this high voltage? This high voltage allow us to have fewer substation required and lighter overhead current supply where can be used. It also reduces weight of support structure, and it reduces capital cost of electrification. So this is the system of AC motor traction. See, first, since we are using a high voltage line, the weight of the overhead line gets reduced. Why? Because of high voltage, the line current gets reduced, and because of line current reduction, the material requirement gets reduced. So from overhead line, pantograph is being connected, and then through circuit breaker, it's getting to transformer for a step down process. Here again, the requirement of rectification is not there. So from circuit breaker, it's connected to a rectifier, and through DC link and inverter, it's getting connected to a motor. Now, what are the requirement of this process? Because this is a three-phase motor. So in place of three-phase supply, AC supply, if we convert it into DC, we can reduce material cost, we can reduce requirement of conductor, we can reduce the effects of frequency, noise, we can reduce the voltage drop, for impedance, or we can improve regulation. So these are all the requirement of this part. So here from AC it's being converted into DC, and the same process, negative return through wheel and running rail. This is AC motor traction. Now multi-system. Because, okay, let me tell you one thing. In India, what is the power supply we used in electric traction? It's 25 kilovolt 50 hertz. In India, we use 25 kilovolt 50 hertz supply line for our locomotive. Multi-system. Because of variety of railway electrification system which can vary within a country, trains have to pass from one system to another. One way to accomplish this is by changing locomotives at the switching stations. These stations have overhead wires that can be switched from one voltage to another, and so train arrives with one locomotive and then departs with another. Often this is inconvenient and time consuming. Another way is to use multi-system locomotives that can operate under several different voltages and currents. In Europe, it's common to use 4-system locomotives: 1.5 kilovolt DC, 3 kilovolt DC, 15 kilovolt, 16.7 hertz AC, and 25 kilovolt 50 hertz AC. So these are the 4 types of locomotive system that is being used in Europe. Advantages of AC traction system. What are the advantages? Higher power to weight ratio, which results in faster acceleration. Higher practical limit of power, higher limit of speed, higher hauling capability, no exhaust fumes or carbon emission, less noise pollution, maintenance cost less than diesel and DC traction, no initial heat up time required, can be used immediately after starting, and higher starting torque, about 1.5 to 2.5 kilometer per hour per second. It is possible to use regenerative braking on traction system, which leads to following advantages. We all know about braking of DC motor, and among them, regenerative braking is being used for electric traction. About 80% of energy taken from the supply during ascent is returned to it during descent, and presently it is made available to other vehicles on network. Since height of electric locomotive is much less than counterparts, this enables locomotive to take curves at higher speeds. No weight of fuel need to be carried like coal or diesel locomotive. Fully uniformly electrified railway don't need switching, making operations more efficient. And in Switzerland, this particular method is being used. Now, what are the disadvantages? Significant cost of electrification. Why? Because there is a requirement of another conductor line. Increased maintenance cost of lines. Overhead wires further limit clearance in tunnel. Upgrading needs additional cost, especially in case there are bridges and tunnel, and railway traction needs immune power with no cuts. So these are some disadvantages also for AC traction system. Now, system of track electrification. For this figure, you can refer J.B. Gupta, electric power of J.B. Gupta. There you can have this figure. See here, this is the catenary, pantograph, and through circuit breaker these are being connected, and these are connected to the main rectifier system. From pantograph, the power is being transferred to first this rectifier and then to the different motors, and these are the parts on railway wheel. These are the auxiliary inverter parts. This is the main transformer where the step down part is being happened, and then two other three-phase AC motors. So this is the total block diagram of AC electric locomotive. Now, what are the auxiliary equipments that we have shown in the previous diagram? These are catenary, current collector, circuit breakers, on-load tap changer, transformer and rectifier. Now, let me tell you one thing from your exam point of view. This current collector system particularly is very important. So, this is another question that comes almost in every year. Explain current collector system for electric traction. So types of system: electrification, trolley wear or contact wear suspended with minimum of sag so that contact between the trolley wear and current collector can be maintained at higher speed. The wear is supported by another wear called as catenary. Two different types of catenary construction. These are single catenary and compound catenary. So here you can see this is the trolley wear, and here this is the catenary wear, and this one is contact wear, and these two are connected through droppers. Single catenary construction. See, this is the construction part of single catenary. Now current collectors. What are the different types of current collectors? These are trolley collector, bow collector and pantograph collector. Now what is the requirement of this current collector system? Its current from the overhead line is collected with the help of a collector fixed on the roof of the vehicle. So trolley collector, here again we can see the same figure. Trolley collector, it is used for tramway and trolley buses, held in contact with wear and spring, suitable for low speed of 32 km per hour. Bow collector, it uses a metal light strip or bow for current collection about 1 meter long. Not suitable for railway work requiring speeds more than 120 km per hour. Requires reversing arrangement of bow. So bow collector in all point of view is not very much suitable. Pantograph collector, main function is to maintain the link between overhead contact wear and the power circuit of the locomotive at various speeds in different climate and wind condition. This can be lowered or raised from cabin with the help of controlling cylinders. So this is an example that we see in our every locomotive, every electric train. This is the pantograph. Traction motor. What are the different kinds of traction motor? First is DC motors. It develops high torque at low speed and low torque at high speed. Exact requirement of traction system. Torque is independent of line voltage, therefore unaffected by voltage fluctuations. Single phase AC motors, starting torque less than DC motor, but size and cost considerably less. Maximum operating voltage is 400 volt. Three-phase induction motor provides constant speed operation, developing low starting torque, drawing high starting current, and complicated control makes it unsuitable for traction work. Automatic regeneration is the main advantage with this motor. Now braking. Braking can be of two types, mechanical, electrical. But in case of electric traction system, electrical braking is used mainly along with mechanical. But mechanical braking has some disadvantages, that they require high wear and tear, they are non-uniform braking, there are loss of energy. So due to all these things, electrical braking is being preferred. Now electrical braking, as we all know, there are three types of braking: plugging, where the phase sequence of the motors gets reversed for three-phase or AC motors, and for DC motors, the field or armature terminal connection gets reversed. Rheostatic braking, motors become generator and feed resulting current back into the onboard resistance, but rheostatic braking is not used. Regenerative braking again same. Motors become generators and feed resulting current back into the supply system. Leading traction system around the world. Nowadays, magnetic traction system is being used in trains. It's used in maglev. Speeds up to 581 km/h have been successfully tested. Shinkansen bullet train uses electrical multiple unit style, offering high acceleration and deceleration. It uses 25 kilovolts overhead line. It employs an automatic train control system, which is known as ATC, which controls all train movement, track, station, and schedule are networked and computerized. So these all particular types, so these all particular example, you can see in internet also. Now, from career point of view, fourth largest network. Indian Railway is the fourth largest network. It employs 1.6 billion people. It consumes only 1.7% of total oil consumption in India. It's largely dependent on traction utility. So you can see here a chart where according to different country, railway length have been mentioned with electrified length. So what the conclusion that we can get, no single motor is ideal for traction work, but DC series motor is more suitable for electric traction. Power electronics has been restored to in a major way for conversion and control operation. Different types of braking were discussed, out of which regenerative braking, as we all know, is most efficient. Ideal traction system should be withstand small voltage fluctuation and overloads for small periods. Braking should be without excessive wear and tear. Parallel running more than one motor should be possible. Now these are the references from where you can get more and more information, from where I have done this particular video. GK Dubey, you can go for electric drive, and definitely Wikipedia, and PS Vimla for power electronics part of motor control. And to get overview, you can consult JB Gupta, GC Garg, or Rajput, electric power or utilization of electric power. So thank you students for watching this video. I believe this particular video is definitely give you a total overview of electric traction, the practical information that we need, the trend we see regularly, but what are the inner points, inner topics that is incorporated within this huge system, within this largest electrification system in India that we have come across through this. Actually, I've tried to cover the whole parts. Still, if you have any doubts, still if you have any question, yeah, you can mention that in the comment section. So thank you once again for seeing this video. Thank you.